Well, right now, Donald Trump's defense team is going on the attack as Stormy Daniels returns to the witness stand in the hush money criminal trial. Trump's lawyer has been grilling the former adult film actress, suggesting that she made up her story about having an affair with Trump for money and for publicity.
The former president had this to say as he arrived for court today.
There is no case. So that's the way it is, but here we sit after 2.5 weeks, and I think you'll see some very revealing things today.
NBC News national correspondent Yasmin Vossoughian is live outside the courthouse. Yasmin, so Trump's lawyer has been questioning Stormy Daniels on this cross-examination about her motive for taking the hush money. What are some of the key exchanges you've heard today?
They wanted to poke holes, guys, in her story and really create a storyline, a narrative of a woman who had an axe to grind with the former president of the United States, who was out to get money, who was out to be on a media press tour to get a slot on Celebrity Apprentice, felt wronged because she never got that slot on Celebrity Apprentice, gave interviews to In Touch magazine, to Vogue in 2018, and a sit-down interview for 60 Minutes with Anderson Cooper. And each and every one of those interviews they use as evidence against her and poking holes in the stories that she told then in 2011, in 2018 subsequently as well, to what she told on the stand yesterday, or I should say Tuesday, during direct testimony when she was questioned by the prosecuting attorneys. Let me read for you, if I can, some of the examples that I can draw on from what the defense was trying to get at here. And in some of their exchanges, they said this. Susan Necheles, the former president's attorney, saying, "You could have done a press conference." And Stormy Daniels says, "I chose to be safe." Susan Necheles, "You chose to make money, right?" Stormy Daniels says, "I chose to take the non-disclosure." And then other exchanges that really stand out to me, guys. Susan Necheles, "You have a lot of experience making phony stories about sex." Stormy Daniels, "Wow, that's not how I would put it. The sex in the films is very much real, just like what happened to me in that room." Susan Necheles, "And now there is a story you are telling about President Trump." Daniels says, "If that story was untrue, I would have written it to be a lot better." There was a point, guys, in which they also kind of painted Stormy Daniels as somewhat of a victim. You know, and they said, for instance, "You are an adult film actress. You have directed and acted in hundreds of adult films. How is it that you would feel uncomfortable in a hotel room with the former president of the United States the way in which you described on the stand?" I'll be curious to see how the jury reacts to that type of framing of Stormy Daniels on the stand here. They are now in redirect from the prosecution, but certainly much more to come today.
You know, much more to come, Yasmin, and there's so much to unpack, right, in already what's transpired and really how this is all aged, right, even in the court of public opinion. But what has Stormy Daniels' demeanor been like on the stand today? Give us some of the color from the courtroom. I mean, how has Trump even been reacting to her testimony?
So on Tuesday, she seemed less prepared, more disheveled, it seems. She droned on a lot more, was chided multiple times by Judge Merchan on the stand in saying, "Listen to the question and answer the question." She seems much more prepared today. She's dressed in a green dress. She has a black kind of sweater jacket on that goes down to the floor. Her hair is down, so she seems more relaxed. At one point, her body was actually turned directly towards the jury, just sitting about 2 feet away from her, the jury box. However, her head and her face turned towards the defense attorney, Susan Necheles, who was asking her questions in that cross-examination. Donald Trump himself very involved, speaking continuously with Todd Blanche as Susan Necheles continues to cross-examine Stormy Daniels. So again, the former president here kind of weighing in earlier today as you played as well. We'll see how things play out as the day goes on.
We sure will. NBC News national correspondent Yasmin Vossoughian just doing excellent reporting there outside the courthouse. Yasmin, thank you.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.